Hey guys, this is Sky Surfer with a short video on how to decode a METAR or a METAR, whatever you'd like to call it. A METAR is a piece of coded weather information used by pilots. It also stands for Meteorological Aerodrome Report. A METAR is issued every 30 minutes and it's a report of local weather conditions in the vicinity of an airport. This report includes various things like winds, visibility, weather conditions, cloud coverage, temperature, dew point, altimeter, and the pressure setting. Now let's quickly take a look at our sample METAR. So the first item in the METAR is a type of report. METAR is a routine report, whereas SPECI is a special report. A special report is issued when a rapid weather change or critical information necessitates a new weather report to be issued immediately. Otherwise, a routine report is issued twice per hour. First block of information is the airport location identifier in ICAO format or the ICAO code. It's very easy to find the ICAO code for any airport. You could just Google it up, or you can use certain apps to find out the airport ICAO code for certain airports. I'll put the links of apps I use in the description. So in this example, we have VOMN or Victor Oscar Mike Mike, which is Chennai Airport in India. This lets you know which airport this weather information is valid for. Next block of information is the date of the month and time. First two digits are the day of the month and next four digits are time in Zulu. Now Zulu time is basically the aviation term for UTC or Coordinated Universal Time. So in this example, it's the 28th day of the month and it's 1400 Zulu or 7:30 PM Indian Standard Time. Next piece of information is the wind information. First three digits are the wind direction in degrees true. It basically denotes where the wind is coming from. Now a lot of people have this confusion regarding the wind direction. So the winds reported are always winds blowing from the given direction and not to the given direction. For example, if winds are 090 degrees, it means that winds are coming from the east. If winds are reported as 180 degrees, the wind is blowing from the south and not towards the south. So on and so forth. The next two digits are the wind speed in knots or nautical mile per hour. In aviation, we don't use kilometers per hour, so we use the term knots to measure speed. These two digits are wind speed in nautical miles per hour. Here in this example, we have 150.07 knots, which means winds are coming from southeast direction at 07 knots. There is another term which you may encounter occasionally with winds. For example, VRB04 knots. Here in this case, the wind direction is variable and is at a wind speed of 04 knots. Another example is 32022 G35 knots. So in this case, winds are blowing from northwest at 22 knots and gusting to 35 knots. Now gust is a sudden increase in the wind speed which could last for 20 seconds or so. It could be potentially dangerous for an aircraft to land in a gust, hence it's quite important to report it. Block of information is the visibility in meters. So in this example, we have got 6000 meters visibility at Chennai Airport. Now there are some additional visibility parameters as well. So if the horizontal visibility is more than 10 kilometers, the term 9999 is used. If the horizontal visibility is less than 50 meters, the term 0000 is used. When visibility is less than 1500 meters, the term RXX/YYYY is used. Here RXX is the RVR at a certain runway and YYYY is the visibility. For example, I have taken R25/0800, so it basically means that RVR at runway 25 threshold is 800 meters. Our RVR is runway visual range. Now some additional terms that you may encounter with visibility are HZ, which is haze, FU, which is smoke, RA is rain, FG is fog, BR is mist, DU is dust, FN is freezing, SN is snow, GR hail, TS is thunderstorm. Block of information is the cloud coverage and the height of clouds in hundreds of feet. So in this example, we have got few clouds at 0 to 0, which basically means that there are few clouds at 2000 feet. One thing here to notice that the height of clouds is not above mean sea level, but here it is above ground level, AGL. So if suppose the airport elevation is 200 feet, the clouds will be at 2200 feet, or basically 2000 feet above the airfield. And to understand what few basically means here, we divide the sky in 8 parts, and if 1 or 2 parts of the sky are covered in clouds, then it is reported as few clouds. If 3 to 4 parts of the sky are covered in clouds, then it is reported as scattered clouds. If 5 to 7 parts of the sky is filled with clouds, then it is called broken clouds. And if 7 to 8 parts out of 8 in the sky is covered with clouds, then we report it as overcast clouds. There is another variation here, in which if there are no clouds, then it is reported as no significant cloud, or NSC, or sky clear is reported as SKC. Other commonly encountered clouds are CB or TCU, which basically means cumulonimbus or towering cumulus. These are probably one of the most dangerous clouds, convective clouds, to fly into. There is another term which you will frequently encounter, and that is CAV OK or CAVOC, which basically means ceiling and visibility is okay. Now a CAVOC is issued when basically 3 conditions are met. So those conditions are that there should be no clouds below 5000 feet or 1500 meters, or the highest MSA, which is minimum sector altitude. Now minimum sector altitude is that altitude which provides us a separation of at least 1000 feet above the highest object in the area of a 25 nautical mile radius. Second condition should be that there should be no cumulonimbus or towering cumulus at any level, and the visibility should be 10 km or more for CAVOC to be issued. Next, we have the temperature and the dew point at the airfield. Both the temperature and dew point are given in degrees Celsius. In this example, we have got 31 degrees Celsius at Chennai and a dew point of 26 degrees Celsius. So dew point is nothing but the atmospheric temperature below which water droplets will begin to condense, and it also gives us the amount of moisture content present in the air. So higher the dew point, higher is the moisture content present in the air. Next up, we have one of the most important pieces of information in a METAR, which is the QNH, or the pressure setting. Now QNH is nothing but atmospheric pressure adjusted to mean sea level, and QNH is always given in hectopascals or millibars, both are the same thing. However, in the US, QNH is not given in hectopascals, but it is reported in inches of mercury. And basically, the inches of mercury is replaced with an A instead of a Q. For example, if we have a QNH of or pressure setting of 1008 in the US, it will be reported as A2976. A here stands for altimeter. So 1008 millibars or hectopascals is also equal to 29.76 inches of mercury, and it is given as A2976 in the METAR. Finally, we have got the trend setting in the METAR. In this example, we have got no SIG, which means that no significant change of weather is expected for the next couple of hours. Sometimes we also have BECMG becoming or tempo. Whenever either of the two is given, then it will also be followed by a set of weather conditions that the weather is tending towards. Moving on to something a little bit more complicated, we will learn how to decode a TAF. So first of all, what is a TAF? TAF is basically terminal area forecast. It is valid for 9 hours in India. It is essentially the same thing, but it just is a little bit more complicated and conveys a little bit more information. Now, TAF is valid for 9 hours in India. It may be issued 2 to 4 times a day depending on the country, and basically it varies from country to country. And it will remember that it will be valid for just the area around the terminal. Let's quickly take a look at a sample terminal area forecast or a sample TAF. So here in this example, we have got VIDP, which is the location identifier for Indira Gandhi International Airport, Delhi. The TAF was issued on 29th of the month at 1400 Zulu, which is 7:30 PM Indian Standard Time. The TAF is valid on the 29th from 15 to 24 Zulu. Winds are 14004 knots. That means that winds are blowing from southeast at 4 knots. The visibility given is 4000 meters, followed by haze HZ. Then we have got few clouds at 040, which means that there are few clouds at 4000 feet above ground level. We have got scattered SCT 100, which means scattered clouds at 10,000 feet above ground level. And the weather is becoming on the 29th from 16 to 20 Zulu is light rain and thunderstorms. Scattered clouds at 030, which means clouds are scattered at 3000 feet. Few 035 CB, which means few clouds at 3500 feet, and those clouds are cumulonimbus clouds. And then we have got BKN 080, which means broken clouds at 8000 feet above ground level. Alright guys, that's it for today. If you have still got any questions, put them in the comment section below. If you like the video, do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel for more aviation content. Thank you.